Hello dudes, this is B.Jr. from EnduranceProductions YouTube channel here. I'm gonna do a video today that I didn't think I was gonna do. It is of course a sequel, or reimagining, whatever you want to call it, to my VHS update I did a few days ago. And again, if you didn't see my first update, go back and watch it if you want to, if you're bored, or if you just want to see why in the world I'm buying VHS tapes. I mean, you guys are going to, as I said before, you're going to think I've lost my mind. I got it heavy into DVD, obviously, around my man cave here, and then all of a sudden, I became a Blu-ray convert, and that's all I've been buying here lately. But, along with the high-definition world, comes that need for nostalgia. That's right. I guess it's best summed up as a trip down it's a journey, it's a nostalgic journey into yesteryear memorabilia. That's what I guess that's best, that's the best way to explain it. Now really guys, there are a few different reasons for buying a few VHS in my opinion here lately. Mainly because they're dirt cheap. Firstly, there's a lot of movies out there that have never been put out on any other format other than VHS. And they're ultimately very hard to find. Or if they have in fact been put out on DVD or even Blu-ray for that, or DVD mostly, they're out of print, and they're just as hard to find on DVD as they are on VHS. And also, thirdly, there's usually a few out there that have. A lot of times when you bought a VHS tape, you had cover art that I grew up that is very similar to the one-sheet posters at the movies, and that I also, during the big home video invasion that I grew up during, that's the cover art I remember from growing up, and I just want it for that collectible reason. Or it's just a movie series that I have to have, or something of that nature. Anyway, I explained that all in my first video, so let's take our time here, but at the same time, move right along and get into the VHS Part 2, the second story, and get this update going. I picked up some Nightmare on Elm Street films. I thought it was kind of fitting to buy them here before the remake comes out next week. I've got the Nightmare on Elm Street films, of course, up there on the shelf and DVD, and I've got the first one on Blu-ray recently. But I found these, and they were the original media entertainment. I've been trying to just be real strategic about the ones I buy on VHS, not necessarily for viewing pleasure or anything like that, but for mainly the cover art in the Nightmare on Elm Street case here. Got the original media entertainment Nightmare on Elm Street VHS here, but if you turn it sideways, you'll notice it is a double tape set for media home entertainment. I didn't know this one existed at all, guys. Found it at the local flea market for 50 cents. It's got the original film on tape 1, and it's been digitally remastered. It's actually a widescreen VHS. Tape 2 includes deleted and alternate scenes. I'm not sure if they're the same ones on the Blu-ray or the DVDs have been out there. Alternate takes and endings and work print excerpts, FX tests. So there might be some little tidbits on this tape here from VHS land that you may not have on other formats. I'm unsure, but I'm looking forward to looking at least at tape 2, and maybe hang on to these old VHS tapes. So if I finally get around to hitting some horror conventions, I might use these, and if I don't have a poster or something, just get these signed by the celebrities or something. You never know. There it is, the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Oddly enough, well, also too, I just noticed this. It pops open with a little cover. I thought that was kind of neat, kind of a little collectible feature there. I don't know. Kind of goofy, but for 50 cents, guys. Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know. Might be collectible, guys. You never know. Oddly enough, they didn't have Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. I'm going to have to be on the lookout for that, and I put it to you guys out there, all my horror movie buff friends out there. If you know of a good place to find a cheap copy of Nightmare on Elm Street 2 on VHS, now it's got to be the media entertainment home video. That's the one I'm looking for. Drop me a comment. We might have to do some trading, do some dealing there. You never know. Next one, of course, is Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. I love that cover art. I don't have any of these one-sheet posters in my collection, but not to say never. Maybe one day. You never know. This is great little find. I think it was a quarter or 50 cents. I can't remember what. These are not very expensive, guys, picking these VHSs up, so it didn't hurt my pocket hardly at all. There again, Part 3, gotta have it if you're gonna have them all. Moving right along, got Part 4, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Master. Just one of my favorites. I saw it at the movie theaters, of course on home video many times and on cable. Got that great poster art there on the front that they retained from the one sheet, I believe. And Freddy on the back there with his little faces on his chest. It's just a wild trip, kind of highly stylized. If you ever want to see what I think about these movies, check out my reviews I did on Nightmare on Elm Street series. They're down in my videos. Just find them, look for them, scour the earth. I think this was the final one that was produced by, that were distributed by Media Home Entertainment. It was, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Not my favorite of the series at all. Picked it up for 50 cents. Just had to have it because it's one of the collectible ones, or a lot of what I like to think is a collectible Nightmare on Elm Street series there on VHS. So, pardon me there, guys. Getting a little Coca-Cola in me as I do this. The next ones I found here were just a few more. They're not the Nightmare on Elm Street films or Friday the 13th or anything, but they're just individual little finds that either are ultimately hard to find on DVD or out of print on DVD. It will cost you a lot of money now. It never hurts to have backup, and also the cover art as well. And well, let's just get right into it and I'll explain along the way. First one I picked up was Scanners. I picked this one up for $1. This just has an extra little plastic thing on it here. It's like a plastic sheath, but it's to protect it. It's in pretty good shape. This is the original Nelson, I believe it's Avco Embassy Entertainment release. It's got that iconic cover art. I rather like Scanners. Oddly enough, Scanners has never, to my knowledge, in the U.S. been released on a special edition DVD or a Blu-ray yet. And this is the tape that I remember watching growing up. I rented it many times, probably more than I needed to from the local video store, but I jumped at the chance just to grab a copy. There's I believe it's Stephen Lack on the back there. He's kind of scanning out there a little bit, getting all these weird facial features going on there. Classic Cronenberg film. Gotta have it in the collection there. Here's one, guys, that I don't really like the cover art on this one because it's a reproduction one from, I believe it was Anchor Bay. It was around the mid-90s or a early 2000s release. I'm not real sure. But this VHS, much like the DVD, is very hard to find, and it's never a bad thing to have backup. It is Maniac on VHS. It's got Joe Spinell on the cover there. It's not the one-sheet poster art, but I picked it up for $1, and I just wanted to have it mainly because I got really lucky when I picked up my copy on DVD, and I've heard that one's, I think, out of print. Now, don't quote me on that, but I think it is. And having the Maniac VHS is kind of a collectible feature too for me, because who knows? Maybe I'll, you know, get to go to a convention one day and meet up with Tom Savini and get him to sign my copy of Maniac. You never know. And for dirt cheap, it's just something. I'm going to start me a little VHS section anyway, guys. It's another thought. I was going to start me like a little shelf. That's the real question, is where I'm going to be able to put all this crap one of these days. But anyways, who knows? Maybe find me a little spot here in the old man cave and shove them in a corner somewhere. Anyway, Maniac, guys, you know, it's just a classic horror film of the early 80s era that I love so much. So for dirt cheap, yeah, it's not the original VHS that came out, but it's still a digitally mastered VHS, so it'd be good to have as a backup copy and also as a piece of memorabilia from yesteryear. Guys, I think in regards to time, I'm going to stop this one, the sequel, the second story today, and I may do a part 3 in 3D or something like that coming up soon. I've got a few more VHSs here I'll go over on the next video, so until then, take care. I hope you've enjoyed, and I know, just remember, I've not lost my mind. I'm still a Blu-ray enthusiast, but these are collectible to me, and I had to have them. So I hope you've enjoyed. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.